Can you hear me okay? All right, Scott Richardson from Bullfinch's Restaurant in Sudbury with my friend and photographer Bob Heisen here at the Concord home of Janine Tillotson, I'm sorry. Doing Guerrilla Gourmet. Came in and poked around her cabinets, cupboard. She's got lots of great ingredients, and we're going to make a meal out of what we found in the cupboards.
So I was just curious. I wanted to know where you got the idea for doing this show.
I got the idea from watching other cooking shows and from my own experiences in the kitchen and questions that people ask me. How do you know that those things go together? How do you come up with your ideas? And a lot of times it's kind of the same restaurant kitchen as it is in the home kitchen. In the restaurant, as at the home, anything you're throwing out is money wasted. And you just can't do that, especially in the restaurant business. So a lot of my ideas are generated by going into the walk-in, the pantry at the restaurant and saying, okay, I've got an extra case of spinach that's got 2 days left on it that I really need to get rid of. I've got salmon that was here yesterday and it really should go today. I need to get rid of that. And going from there, you know, spinach and salmon, looking around, what else do I have? Fresh lemon, fresh dill, very simple type of things. And so I was looking at cooking shows, and I was trying to come up with an idea where I could help the home cook. I know there's lots of great cooking shows out there where they give you the recipe and show you the techniques and so on. And I think that's great for some people, but I think sometimes in the real world, you're doing what I'm doing in your kitchen. You're coming home from a day at work and you've got to put dinner on the table, and then you've got chicken breast and you've got an avocado that's ripe, and you've got to come up with something with those ingredients.
So do you tend to, I mean, you know, the sort of the 60-minute gourmet or whatever, these recipes that you do in your show, do they tend to be very simple recipes and quick to make?
I try to keep them as simple as possible. I try to keep them quick to make, and as I've said in the past on past shows, at home I try and use as few pots and pans as possible, because obviously part of the job at home, not like the restaurant where you can just throw your dishes in a bucket and somebody come and gets them. At home you've got to clean your dishes when you're done. So the fewer dishes and the simpler you can keep it, the better. But I think you can, even saying that being said, using less pots, keeping it simple, you can still create a great menu with simple flavors. And that's always been kind of my philosophy with cooking. You don't need to fit in every crazy spice and or herb, vegetable, protein to come up with a nice meal. You take simple, nice piece of fish, garnish it with some fresh dill, a little bit of salt and pepper and lemon, and cook it properly. You've got a beautiful dish, and it lets the food speak for itself, really, as opposed to just trying to get crazy with it.
Well, thanks for coming here today.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. And I guess I'll get started on what I'm supposed to be cooking. I'm gonna go grab stuff out of the fridge in the pantry and go to work. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you again, Janine.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna be grabbing stuff out, and yep, we'll give you a call when we're gonna start shooting. I'm just grabbing stuff out of here right now. Where is mine? There it is. saw some frozen bacon in here yesterday. What happened to it?
Let's use the absolute.
What show is that?
You know, Julia Child and Jacques Pepin.
Oh yeah, I
They
love.
always drink some wine, usually red at the end.
Yeah. All right, so today we're going to prepare a rack of lamb, which I found. They have lots of great spices in the house, so I'm going to do kind of an Indian, Middle Eastern type of dish. We're going to start with. We're going to make a crown roast rack of lamb, which is very simple. You can make it yourself at home. She's got a beautiful New Zealand baby lamb chops, which have been French. This is what they mean by French when they take the meat out from, or the basically nodules of fat from in between there. So this is a French New Zealand baby lamb rack. And basically what you do is start from the back. You can find a little slot for your knife, and we're going to go almost all the way through. We're going to leave the very back just connected, and we want to cut these uniformly so that they cook at the same rate in the oven.
So you don't cut them through all the way.
No, because we want them to just remain just slightly attached so we can get that crown rack thing going on. And I'll show you how to achieve that. Now I'm gonna, very simple preparation. They have a pre-made garam masala, which is an Indian spice, and it's very potent. So I'm just gonna lay a little bit on here and just rub it in, just to give it a little bit of flavor. It is very potent, cinnamon, cumin, all sorts of great aromatic spices. So we're going to put a little bit of that on it. I'm also going to just top it with a little bit of salt. Salt and, assuming this is pepper. Yep, that was right. Not working particularly well, but that's all right. All right, so we'll finish the other side. All right, now to achieve the crown effect, we take it and stand it up.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, very easy. Grab yourself a toothpick. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom there. Want to make sure those are all nicely separated. Now this should not take very long in the oven. I want to say maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the oven. We've got it 450 convection roast, which works all the hot air around the around what you're roasting, gets it all nicely evenly browned. So there we go. We're going to go into the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes with this baby. Okay.